Welcome to my video. I'm in the process of having a little Etsy restock. I'm getting new things ready for spring, and I've got a little sale going on at the moment. There's 15% off any orders over £15. So my Etsy is BeaDivineVintage. I'll leave a link to it below and pop on over and have a look. I'll show you some of the new things that I have actually only just put in. However, these are included in the sale price. First of all, Shirley Greaves won the 500 subscriber giveaway, but she's still not been in touch. I'll leave my email below, Shirley, if you can get in touch with me, because if you're not claimed by next Saturday, the 18th of Feb 23, and I will be redrawing, so please get in touch, Shirley. So what have I been popping into my Etsy shop? Right, let's just have a little move around of these bits and pieces. So first of all, I have put some of these gorgeous dangles. In fact, I'll leave some links to these below as well. Some of these gorgeous dangles that I've done on vintage flowers with this mainly vintage beads. The silver there isn't vintage, but the rest of them are vintage beads and the vintage sort of bead dividers, etc. So I've put that one on. I've put this one on. They've all been made a little bit more shabby chic with the addition of gold gilding polish and diamond dust. Again, vintage beads except for this one here. I will put links not only to the Etsy shop but the link to the video where I actually made these. This is a vintage turquoise flower with all vintage on that one, and a rusted safety pin at the end. There's a blue one, that's a tiny vintage rose. Apart from the silvery coloured one there, everything else is vintage. And this is one of my personal favourites. They're all my favourites, but this is, I don't know, just a little extra personal favourite. This has got tiny rosebuds on. There's 3 there, and again mainly vintage jewellery. Apart from this, I do believe everything else is vintage. So I've got those in my shop individually and individually priced. And then I've put together this really lovely junk journal altered book kit using an antique book. Wait till you see this. The book is amazing. But in this kit there is one of the flower dangles. That one's got 3 roses at the head. Again, apart from this large silver bead here, everything else is vintage. These are glass beads, and that's got diamond dust and gold gilding on as well. This ribbon, you're so lucky I've put this. Whoever gets this is my favourite ribbon. I've not got a lot left. It's vintage, I don't know, is it antique? I'd say vintage, but it is so soft. It's satin. It's so soft. It's beautiful. So you get the ribbon, the dangle. You get this dolly peg, and she's got some vintage lace. Now this lace is a little bit stretchy. It isn't coffee dyed. That is its natural colour, but it actually looks like it could be tea or coffee dyed. And I think there's just over 2 meters of that. All these colours go so beautifully together. There's this doily. Now this one is tea stained. It's a very pretty filigree doily. I'm sure you'll agree how pretty that is. This one is naturally this colour. This is a cotton doily. Again, it's a vintage, but this is its natural colour. see what does that doily measure about. Whoops, so you can get an idea of size. Just throw my ruler all over the craft room. The size, it's a square, so it's about 27-28 by 27-28 centimetres, which is about 11 inches square. You also get this waxed, grungy, shabby envelope that I made, stitched around, and inside there are some glassine bags and a couple of envelopes as well that I've dyed and decorated. Couldn't think what the other word was. I knew it began with D. So before we get to the beautiful Gulliver's Travels book, we've got this glassine bag, which has got all these lovely items in. So there's some jewellery, journal. Well, that's a vintage pendant. That's a vintage scarf clip, and that'll clip. Be lovely like a paper clip on the end of a page. There are a couple of keys, vintage keys. Some beads. These are handmade beads that I made, but I thought how nice they would match this journal. There's rusted items, clips, bells, button, paper clips, pins, safety pins. That's Tim Holtz, like bottle cap. There's these vintage buttons, which I think are lovely. And there's a heart shaped, and that's a bead as well, an old bead. More buttons and bits and bobs. So those are all in there. So all this comes as one kit. Like I say, good time to buy at the moment because there's 50% off. That's my daughter's spaniel, Molly, barking there. Somebody will have walked past the house. My daughter's down from Durham and they've gone to a family party this afternoon. Husband's family, so we've got the dog sitting. Oops. Anyway, put myself on. So there's that. Then the Gulliver's Travel book. This is amazing. It is, you'll see there, from 1912. It was a Sunday school prize. It's in fantastic condition. And the plates are fastened onto these pieces of paper, vintage paper. The plates are to die for. I've left it all intact. There's no plates been taken out. Gulliver's Travels by Jonathan Swift. London, Edinburgh, Dublin and New York. Thomas Nelson and Sons. Absolutely fantastic condition, considering it's 1912, 111 years old. So let's go to the plates. You can see the plates here. There's the Lilliputians. Like I said, these can be removed from the book. You've got beautiful, I mean, you might even want to frame those. So lovely. Gulliver. I just can't remember off the top of my head how many plates there are, but you can see they're just every few pages. In the Etsy description it gives you all the measurements, how many plates, etc. There he is with the giant. Now I was at the Chinese with the King of the Giants. Yeah, when I saw this, I just bought it because I fell in love with it for me, but I just need to destash a little bit. Beautiful book, really good, sleeves in good condition too. So that's that journal, well, journal kit. And then I made this little journal. It fastens with a elastic and it opens up, so it's like a little wallet. And in here is a vintage playing card, and I've made a tag, and these are two Suffolk puffs. I can't remember what you call them. Yo-yos, but they are made of vintage fabric. Oh dear. This is another altered playing card across here, vintage playing card, which I stuck one of my little crepe paper flowers and a rusted pin. And in there is some airmail paper that I've printed onto. Under there is like a copy of an old cheque. So I've just popped that in there, but it can be used obviously to store anything you want to store in it. Just pull that through. And then in this little pocket here is a little notebook. This is like reproduction vintage paper, this. Now inside a lot of the papers are vintage. One or two sort of reproduction that of my vintage ephemera. So here's a little book inside, and I've coffee stained and grunged around the edge. This is a vintage envelope, 4D, so I know that's, I can't actually see the date on the envelope, but 4D is way before I was born, and I was born in the 60s. Oh no, it's not before I was born, it's 65, so it's the year after I was born. Yeah, because when I was a baby, we changed from pennies to pence. So 1965 envelope there. I'm thinking I'm younger than what I really am. Another vintage envelope, again, it's D, but I can't make out the date on that one. Vintage, copy vintage ledger. Doily. Here are some stamps. Looks like it's upside down, but it's not. It was the way the book was laid out. So some vintage S&H pink stamps, which I thought went really nice in there. A copy of a letter, dear friends. Vintage music paper, all very nicely grunged, and what isn't vintage has been made to look vintage. Great little journal or a little notebook. Great gift. I'm on to like the other side of the signature now. Little tuck spot there. And a pocket at the back if you want to put receipts or little souvenirs, or a great little journal if you're having a weekend away, and you can put like your tickets and things in there. And then the handmade with love by BeaDivineVintage, which is me. So that goes in there. So I've popped that journal in today. And then I've got these to show you. These are bags I've put together. So it's a paper bag. Everyone has got bohemian bead on it, which can unpin, so you can use it on something else. And in here we have got Scrummylicious, absolutely Scrummylicious Sari silks. So each one contains virtually the same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different types of sari. Like I said, virtually the same 5 saris. And as you can see, this is like a 2-tone. Can you pick that up? It's hand blocked as well, hand block printed. That doesn't go through to the other side. This one is silk, and quite a decent size piece. It's the length of a sari. Let's just measure the height of a sari, not the length. It would be like meters and meters and meters long. 24, so it's like 48 inches by 48 inches by 40, this one. Oh, you could see the two-tone in it then. So you've got that. So you've got the boho bag with that sari in it. This one is like a rough silk. Again, it'll be 48 inches by probably just under 40, that one, looking at it. Look at the pattern on there. It's a fish. And that is, yeah, that's woven into the silk. That's lovely. There's a pink one. This is pretty. Again, this will be 48 inches high and probably about 40 wide. I don't want to start measuring them all out here now because to take over the whole of the table. That's really pretty. That's like a double. Oh, it's lined. That part of it is lined. Lovely sari silk. That one. The pink. Then there's the cream one. This is like a chiffon-y material. Again, it'll be about approximately 48 by whatever. And that is the trim on the bottom. Lovely trim, and that is aligned. Some of that, part of that is a lined trim. And then the last piece, this is, again, it'll be about 48 by 40-ish. So this piece is chiffon, as you can see, my hand through there. But just look at that beautiful, beautiful work. Look at that beautiful hem. That part of it is lined. That beautiful trim. It's just absolutely stunning. In fact, it's all lined, that one. Absolutely stunning. And that goes up. This decoration goes about halfway up, and then the rest of the sari's like this. So it's chiffon, but you've got your little swirls of sequins which you could use or cut out, whatever you want to do. Absolutely glorious fabric. So I think there's about 6 of those, like I say, all with virtually the same fabrics. There'll be different cuts from the sari, but it was the same saris that I used to make all of those. So please pop over to my Etsy store and have a look. Like I said, there's my mid-season sale. I'm busy getting things ready for after the 26th, putting some new items in. So pop over, have a look. I'd love your custom. I'd love you to subscribe to my channel if you like it. And if you want to follow me on Instagram or my group in Facebook, they are both BeaDivineVintage. My Etsy's BeaDivineVintage, my YouTube's BeaDivineVintage. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.